Procreate is probably the app I use the most as an architect. I've been using it for almost 10 years now, and I think if you have an iPad, this is the most essential and useful app you will ever download if you want to draw, whether you are an architect, a designer, a concept sketcher, a game artist, or anything else. It's a great tool for creating any kind of drawing and illustration. So today I'm going to show you 5 Procreate features that are important to know and that can completely change the way you work and sketch on your iPad. Some of these I use every single day and I'm always surprised how many people don't know about them. And I also made a new free PDF that goes with this video. You can download it from the link in the description. So let's start. Layers and settings. If you're not using layers properly in Procreate, you are making your life so much harder than it needs to be. The idea is simple, one layer per element. Your foundations on one layer, your walls on another, your furniture on another, your shadows on another, your annotation on another. This way you can edit, move, recolor, or delete anything without touching the rest of your drawing. But here is where it gets really interesting, the layer settings. If you tap on a layer, you get options like alpha lock and clipping mask. I use these a lot. For alpha lock, when you turn this on, you can only paint on the pixels that already exist on that layer, nothing outside the shape. I use this all the time for quickly recoloring trees, changing line colors, or adding texture to a specific element without affecting anything else. For the clipping mask, this is like a stencil. You create a new layer above your shape, clip it to the layer below, and everything you paint on that new layer stays inside the shape. Perfect for adding shadows, textures, or colors on separate layers that you can turn on and off independently. Once you start using these two properly, you will never go back. Also, I use constantly the layer opacity for the different lines and shadows, like I want some details, but I don't want them to be seen too much, so I like to lower the opacity. Another thing, try to keep your layer organized, like you can rename them, change their orders, or group them. Literally the things I never do because I am not a patient person, but I did it a few times and it was great. Custom brushes and settings. Procreate already has a lot of brushes, but as an architect, the default brushes are just the beginning. You can import brushes or even create your own, and this is one of the biggest productivity boosts I've given myself. I have a brush set for annotations I use in site analysis and concept diagrams, and another one for drawing trees in plants and sections, for example. I drew them once and I reused them forever. It saves so much time and it keeps everything consistent across all my projects. If you want, you can also create your own brushes. For that, open the brush library and tap on the plus icon on the top right. There you will see Create New Brush. That takes you into Brush Studio where you can customize everything. Start by choosing a shape which controls the stamp your brush makes, then pick a grain which adds a texture inside the brush stroke. After that you can decide how the brush behaves, adjust spacing for smoother or more stamped line, add stabilization if you want cleaner strokes, and use taper to make the ends thinner like a real pen or brush. In the Apple Pencil settings, you can set pressure to control size or opacity, which makes the brush feel more natural. You can also experiment with different rendering modes depending on whether you want bold paint, soft airbrush, or blending effects. When you're happy, go to About this brush to name it, tap Done, and your custom brush is ready to use. And that's it, you have officially made your own Procreate brush. You can use it in all your projects. If you want, you can also just edit the existing brushes. For example, if your lines look shaky, go into any brush, tap on it to edit it, and increase the streamline value. This is the setting that smooths out your lines automatically as you draw. The higher it is, the smoother your lines become. There are really infinite possibilities on the brushes you can do. For my annotation brushes, I have made some zigzag, dashed, squared, doubled, or dotted lines like that. I have also made some stamps like these arrows, people, trees, and more. I have only drew them once and now I can use them everywhere. If you want to have access to my brush sets, I have linked them in the description below. And now let's see the third feature. Drawing guides. This one is kinda hidden in a place most people never look, and it can be a really useful feature for architects and designers. Go to Actions, Canvas, Drawing Guides, Edit Drawing Guide. You will find 4 different guides here. The 2D grid, isometric, perspective, and symmetry. All of these are useful on their own, except the symmetry in my case that I don't use a lot. The other 3 are amazing. I used the 2D grid to draw to scale, the isometric for, well, isometric drawings or infographic cute little illustrations, and perspective for literally any kind of drawing where you need to sketch with depth and dimensions. I have made a whole video about this, so if you want to learn more about that, I will link it in the description below. You can place your vanishing points, and then as you draw, your lines automatically snap to the correct perspective angles. This is incredible for quickly blocking in architectural scenes. You don't have to worry about whether your lines are going to the right vanishing points or not. You can focus on the details, the textures, and the atmosphere. Don't forget to enable assisted drawing while the guide is on, so every line you draw automatically aligns to the grid. This is especially helpful for the 2D grid. When you draw to scale, all you have to do is to adjust the grid size here at the bottom. This provides an immediate visual reference for scale. You can ensure that a grid square represents a specific measurement and draw accordingly. Feature 4. Selection and transform. This one sounds basic, but most people don't use it to its full potential. Basically, the selection tool lets you select any part of your drawing, freehand, automatic, or by rectangle or ellipse. And then with the transform tool, you can move it, resize it, rotate it, flip it, or even distort it or warp it. This one lets you push and pull specific corners of an element. It's very useful for adjusting perspective on an important photo or texture, for example. You can use the different selection. For example, if you sketch a floor plan, you realize the sofa is in the wrong place, just select it and move it. You can also flip it or rotate it. Though most of the time I use freehand to select some very specific elements. You can also use transform to adjust proportions. If something looks slightly off, a window that's too wide, a door that's too tall, just select it and fix it in seconds. One thing though, before you move or resize something, duplicate the layer first. That way, you always have the original untouched, because sometimes you can transform something and then regret it with no way back. So it's best to have a copy. And one last thing, you can also select multiple layers at once and edit them all together. For that, swipe right on multiple layers in the Layers panel to select them all, then transform them together as a group. It's a huge time saver. And finally, split screen. This last one is more of a workflow tip, but it's also very useful. If you keep making the same kind of floor plans or sections, you can create PNG libraries of furniture, plants, decoration objects, things that, again, you draw once and reuse forever. Instead of drawing the same sofa or the same tree every single time, just drag it in, resize it, and place it. For that, split your iPad screen, Procreate on one side, your photo library or files on the other. Then just hold any image from the library and drag it directly into your Procreate canvas. This also works incredibly well for collage and mood boards. And if you want to copy something from another Procreate canvas, go to that canvas, swipe 3 fingers down, tap copy, go back to your drawing and paste it directly. There are also other things you can do with split screen, like you can open a reference photo, a 3D model from SketchUp, a floor plan with dimensions, you can open Pinterest or your photo library for creating mood boards. One interesting thing also, you can open a reference image on one side and drag colors from it directly into a Procreate color palette. You will have an instant color extraction from any image, which is amazing for illustration. And that's it for this video. So Procreate is really the app you need whatever you want to sketch. It's also cheap, a one-time payment, and you can do so much more than just architecture and design. If you just started out, I know this can be a lot to take, but just take it easy, one step at a time. I would say the best thing to do is to really learn how to use the layers first. It's really important. So don't forget to download the free PDF from the link in the description. It has all of this summarized, so you can refer back to it anytime. Let me know in the comments which one you're going to try first, and if there is a Procreate feature you love that I didn't mention, drop it in the comments. I would love to know that. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!